afternoon. Welcome to our second mock court case of the school year. Today we have the team of Dusko and Johnny against the team of Camden and Connor over the topic of, is Roy L. Kingsman guilty of murdering Humpty Dumpty? Outside in my office, we decided that the team of Camden and Connor would give their opening statements first, followed by the team of Johnny and Dusko. That being said, Camden and Connor, your opening statements.
Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm Connor and this is Camden. Under the law, my client, Royal Kingsman, is presumed innocent until proven guilty. During the trial, you will hear why it is not possible that Royal Kingsman could have killed Humpty Dumpty. The condition of the law, the extremely windy weather, and very round body was the reasons of his death.
Do you have anything to add, Mr. Tromler? Okay, I would just remind all lawyers and all witnesses to speak up so we can hear you, okay? Jury, they entered a point of view of innocence, so make sure we have that on our scorecard. Johnny and Dusko, your opening statements. You may take your mask off if you want.
I'm Johnny, this is Dusko, and our client is Humpty Dumpty, and we are proving that he was murdered by Roy L. Kingsman because of how he was crushed by his men and pushed off the wall.
Okay. Thank you. Do you have anything to add, Dusko? Okay. Jury, go ahead and score both teams' opening statements on your scorecard. Remember, 5 is the highest they can get, and 1 is the lowest. Connor and Camden. Comments, witnesses, or evidence?
I have a witness.
Who?
Royal Kingsman.
Roy L. Kingsman to the stand. Left hand on. Oh, let me do it.
Oh.
Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God, or whomever you believe in?
I do.
Jury, go ahead and put witness 1 as Roy L. Kingsman, your witness.
Royal,
Speak up.
where were you at the time of Humpty Dumpty's death, and what were you doing?
I was at the horse stable with my friends sitting, and I was telling them what the king's orders.
Is there any reason why you would have wanted to kill Humpty Dumpty?
No, I thought we were good friends.
Was the first time Humpty Dumpty was on the wall? Was that the first time?
No,
You've seen Humpty Dumpty on this wall before.
yeah,
What's he usually do on the wall?
we just usually use a book and just sits watching birds.
Okay.
No further questions.
Do you have any questions for Mr. Kingsman?
No.
Mr. Kingsman, are you enrolled at Freedom Academy?
Yes,
You do not look very Kingsmanish. How come?
well, I was pulled in during civilian times, I was at work.
Are we not supposed to be dressed as a witness? Would you like to cross-examine Roy L. Kingsman?
I would.
Do it.
Roy L. Kingsman, you said you were at the stalls with your so-called friend, saying King's orders. What were the King's orders that you pronounced?
Well, we were supposed to attack the neighboring village because they were bringing enough supplies. They were basically like threatening us with war.
Just speak up, Aiden.
They were threatening us with war, so we're supposed to like go negotiate or attack.
So you were afraid that you would lose your power of king.
No, we don't make any of the decisions. king does.
Aren't you the king though?
According to this, you are Royal Kingsman.
Well, that's just a maiden name.
It's a maiden name?
Yeah, it's a name. My mom gave it to me. It's just a name. I don't know why.
So are you not the king? Are you not the king?
No, he is.
You own a horse, yes?
Yeah, we were at the horse stables.
So did you not send the order to go save Humpty Dumpty? So called? Was that the twin?
Well, actually, it wasn't me who found out. One of my friends found out and basically told me, so I started a king and we tried to go with him.
But you said that you've seen Humpty Dumpty on that wall many times.
Yes, but the horse stables is about, the wall is outside the kingdom, right next to the edge. The horse stables are about right next to the king's castle, so we couldn't have seen him at all. I just walked there besides my house.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Any questions? Who were you at the horse stables with?
Sigurd.
Who?
Sigurd.
Sigurd? Do we have any documentation of him and Sigurd together at the horse stable
Well, it was in the video.
that you don't want to show?
Well, I did, except you said you didn't.
Step down. All right, a jury, go ahead and score Roy L. Kingsman for both sides. Let's hear from you, Johnny, and maybe Dusko. Do you have any comments, witnesses, or evidence?
We have a witness.
Who?
Miss McSmith.
Miss who?
Miss McSmith.
I feel like you just made that up.
It's
All right, guys. Enter witness 2 as Miss McSmith. Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God, or whomever you believe in? Okay, jury, for the record, remember witnesses are supposed to be dressed, and if they're not, it is a deduction. Your witness.
Miss McSmith. When the time when Humpty Dumpty was fell, pushed, whatever, would you you were walking into your dog at that time, right? Right.
Speak up, please.
So did you see any doctors where you were at trying to put them together? When you were at near Humpty Dumpty's area, you didn't see any doctors. So would that mean that would possibly mean that someone was trying to cover up a murder? If there is no doctors then why would there be? Then how would these guards who are very untrained in surgery or egg surgery, how would they be able to put Humpty Dumpty together back again?
Miss McSmith, who are you? What do you do for a living? You what?
I own a shop.
You own a shop. Okay. Ask your question again real fast. I don't know who Miss McSmith is in this story, so you are simply a shop owner in the village. What's the question?
Did you see any doctors next to Humpty Dumpty trying to help him, trying to put him together? No. People who are untrained wouldn't be able to put Humpty Dumpty together again. It would be technically a murder, whether technically or technically not. There is no doctors, meaning there is no way for Humpty Dumpty to live. Just putting him in misery. No further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you. Do you have any questions for Miss McSmith?
We do.
Very curious what these questions might be.
Do you think there would have been time to get a doctor?
So is your shop close to the wall where Humpty was? Is that what we're saying?
No, walking the dog.
You were out of the shop walking the dog by the wall, saw Humpty fall, or had he already fallen? Why do you keep rubbing your chin? And now, what's your question?
Do you think there would have been time to get a doctor?
Do you think would have been enough time to get a doctor or helpers there? Yes. Continue.
What is your store called?
Red.
What?
Red.
Red?
Speak up, please.
What do you sell there?
Red.
Well, who was covering your shift? That's no good question.
Thank goodness. Please step down. All right, jury, go ahead and score Miss McSmith, who was walking her dog and owns a bread shop called Bread. And was wearing a champion sweater and did not look like a miss anything. Okay, let's hear from you guys. Comments, witnesses, or evidence?
We have some evidence.
You have something that's going to strengthen my brain cells right now? Evidence? I love, evidence. We're supposed to bring it to you in case there's any like deadly disease on it. That way you get it and not me. Okay, so this looks like a weather forecast that you're going to share. I'll let you hold it up and explain what the point of this is. You guys, for Team A, under evidence, write in weather. I guess you can just write weather map. Go ahead, what is that?
So on that day, it was very windy. And Humpty Dumpty has a very round body. So it was hard for him to stay and he fell.
What days, because it says windy on the map. What days was it? Does it say windy?
It was on Thursday and Friday.
Okay, so he fell on a Thursday or Friday. His round-shaped body, which we don't want to discriminate against round-shaped bodies. The wind blew it. Anything else? For now. Comments, witnesses, or evidence?
We have a witness.
Oh, boy.
Doctor, chief, doctor,
Just
chief doctor, Michaela.
doctor.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like the chief doctor.
Chief Doctor. Witness 3, write in Chief Doctor. Go ahead and swear yourself in. Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God, or whomever you believe in. Okay. Witness 3, again, jury, this is Chief Doctor, your witness.
Chief, when you were over at your station.
What station? What's a station? At her hospital?
Hospital.
Okay.
Station. Did you ever get a call about a man who's falling? No. What were you doing over at your hospital?
I was working on papers for my
Right. If Royal Kingsman saw, or there was a report of a man who's just falling off a building, don't you think that you have to call some doctors to be able to put him back together?
That's a question.
Well, it's more.
Oh, okay.
It is rhetorical.
Yes, you would think someone would come help him.
Humpty Dumpty was Humpty Dumpty wasn't put together by a person who had a medical degree. How many coworkers do you have at the hospital? Over 100. So are you like the main, like the
Chief?
you're the chief? So that would make you the person at the very top, right? No further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you. Dusko, any questions? Would you like to cross-examine Chief Doctor?
Yes.
All right, make sure we speak up.
So this story took place in 1768. Do you think there were telephones then?
Speak up.
No.
How do we know this took place in 1768? Do you have something there?
It was just taking place.
Common knowledge
Yeah,
that Humpty Dumpty took place in 17. So jury, take into consideration this case may have originated in 1768, but we don't have any proof of it. Chief, you can step down. Jury, go ahead and score Chief Doctor. And then why were you not dressed Chief Doctor? Okay, so this is the first case where no witnesses have been dressed. Like every case has had witness. So future cases, make sure your witnesses are dressed. All right, let's go to you guys now. Comments, witnesses, or evidence.
We have evidence.
Evidence, good. Evidence is everything. Give that to the bailiff. We have, this looks like work orders. Work orders. Work checklists. Okay, explain those. Walk around so we can see that.
So we have the inspection papers. And it goes from 1761 all the way to 1768.
Walk around so they can see one. Work orders. So it says landscaping, it says different things that you would do in a yard, and he's got if they did the
So,
job or not. Why?
And all of them, besides 1768, they're good. But in 1768, the walls falling apart, and they needed fixed immediately, but they never got it fixed.
Let me see the 1768 one. Okay, so on the 1768 one, this report says that the landscaping is good, the sprinklers are good, the walkway's good, the porches are good. The fences and gates did not receive a check mark and has a note of wall is chipping. It also says building exterior, the outside of the building is not check mark. It says it's falling apart. All the other ones, everything's fine, right?
Yes.
1768, we have a problem. And you're saying that this is when Humpty Dumpty's case took place.
Yes.
Continue. Anything else?
No.
Okay, so jury, I assume you wrote in the work orders under evidence. I should not have to remind you all the time. Okay. You have called up 2 witnesses, correct? Let's get your final witness up here. Give him final witness.
Yeah.
Who?
The king.
The king?
Yeah.
The king to the stand. will be witness 4, jury. Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God, or whomever you believe in?
Yes.
Okay. Brixton Custom Quality.
Has the wall or building exterior been fixed since the last inspection?
No.
This is the wall around your castle, or just?
Yes. And I'd like to say that the wall was around a mile away from my castle. And when Sigurd and Royal Kingsman came to tell me, it took them around 20 or 30 minutes to come tell me. And because all the doctors were over at the war helping them, I wasn't able to send any doctors.
Continue.
Would you think Royal Kingsman, as a man, would murder someone?
No, he was one of my kindest assistants.
That's all.
Anything else for the king? Hey, guys, cross-examine the king?
Yes.
Go for it.
I'd like to cross-examine. What's your name?
The king.
The King. That's your birth name.
No.
What's your birth name?
George Thompson.
George Thompson. When you noticed that the wall wasn't intact when it was broken, why didn't you just say no more people can go near that?
Well, see, the thing is, if we couldn't have anyone go near the wall, then our city would be overrun by the war. And we didn't have any money to fix the wall because we were putting all our money towards the war.
There's no way to, like, caution tape just the area of the wall that needs fixed?
Well, in 1768, we don't have caution tape.
Okay, well if is what you said? And no, you didn't have enough money to put it in. Well, if it was during a war and there were people fighting there, then why was Humpty Dumpty just lullabying watching birds?
Look at him. Do you think he could go to war?
But okay, if he was an exile, why was he on the wall where he could either get shot or pushed? Why did anyone let
the
him
war
go?
was miles away from the city.
Then why didn't you just barricade that spot so no one can go there?
Because we didn't have enough money to do it.
You couldn't just get a piece of wood, stamp it, say no go zone.
Exactly.
If it was about 1 mile away from your castle, how come it took other people 20 minutes just to tell you? Why can't you just look out the window, see a
If
man?
it's a mile away, it's
sorry,
you know,
I'm cracking
kind of
up.
hard to see. Besides, I'm not looking out the window every 30 seconds.
Okay. Well, no further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you, King Thompson. Okay, jury, go ahead and score the king on who used him better. Okay, so to my knowledge, teams, all witnesses are done. Okay, so let's go to you guys. And at this point, we're only doing comments or any last evidence you would like us to see.
Right, we have some evidence.
Oh, good.
Good, yeah. BBC Teach News.
Oh, you want this?
Yeah.
It's an article, bailiff, at ease.
Yeah. Can you scroll down a little bit? There you go. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. We all know how it goes. Let's just skip to the part. All the king's horses, all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. Now they said that they had the doctors over at the war, but what about the civilians? Aren't they important too? Aren't they gonna need maybe the guns or the cross arrows? I don't know what war you guys are going on. So Humpty Dumpty sat on the ground. Humpty Dumpty looked all around. All he could see were the chimneys. Gone were the chimneys, gone were the roofs. All I could see was horses and hooves. That sounds like he got crushed to me. He fell, and he was able to still live. He was able to see everything gone, and then he comes seeing horses coming and running at them, crushing them, just stomp, stomp, stomp. He's gonna feel that, especially if he's an egg.
So how are you proposing Mr. Dumpty died?
Because
What happened in your opinion?
because the king has ordered for people to go and save Humpty Dumpty, instead of putting them together, the horses and men crushed Humpty Dumpty. Thus, because it is by his order, he has
So
more.
he, in your opinion, in a sense, hired a hitman.
Yeah, all of
His men,
all of his men and all of his
and
horses,
that was part of his orders to them, is to take him out like the mob.
especially if it's all of his horses and all of his men. Why weren't they at the war? Why weren't they helping people with the war?
Couldn't put Humpty together again. So are you saying that it's making it look like they were trying to?
Yeah. I mean, if we look at Mick Smith, when she, walking her dog.
Mick Smith to the stand.
These,
Mick Smith to the stand. Yes, we need to do it again. Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God, or whomever you believe in? Make sure you're speaking loud. Mick Smith, when you were walking your dog, remind us, did you see the king's men trying to help Mr. Dumpty? You did not see them there. Okay. I thought you would have. Do you have anything you want to say to Mr. Miss McSmith? Do you have anything? Do you need him anymore? I know I need him. Do you want to say anything to McSmith while she's up here? And then we'll come back up to you for the county.
So if you saw Humpty Dumpty, why didn't you help him or call for help? Or you could be strong.
If a man is laying there with broken shell pieces and you didn't see it, I thought maybe you saw the king's men there trying to put him together again, which they weren't there. Why didn't you do something? You tried. What did you do? I can't hear you. So what did you said you tried? What did you try to do? You tried to find help. Continue.
No further questions.
All right, McSmith. What else do you have about this?
all the king's horses, all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. They weren't at the war. They should have been helping with the war. Oh, no, I'm done. So that's my evidence.
Do we have pictures of them trying to help? Do we have proof of them trying to help anywhere?
No, there's no one, we didn't get any proof of.
The city doesn't have cameras throughout the streets?
It's 1642, whatever.
Any other comments or evidences, boys?
Sparklers weren't invented yet.
Sparklers weren't in,
Sprinklers, sorry.
sprinklers weren't invented yet?
Yeah, he mentioned sprinklers for near the wall there in check.
Okay.
It's a phony. Okay.
So do you have any other evidences then at this time? Okay, so guys, jury for team B, we should have, just write the article for evidence for them. Do you guys have any other comments or evidences?
Yes, this is just a visual of. This is a visual of when Humpty fell.
This is, and then, yeah, you can get out of it, yeah. This is a recreation of what you think happened.
And he's in pieces, and they wanted to put him back, except they couldn't. And then he just.
Objection, there's no horse.
1 second, sir. Keep explaining.
So, this is the Kingsman. and-
That's the Kingsman.
Yeah.
That is Mr. Dumpty. Anything else you want to say about it, boys?
Objection, there's no horses. Or
Can it, sir? Nothing else to say about this? Okay, what do you need to say?
There's no, on that board, there's no horse, and there's only one man.
Why does there need to be a horse?
All the king's horses, all the king's men. If he sent all the king's horses and all the king's men, there would be horses and more than one man.
Correct, but in this part of the story, maybe they weren't there yet. I don't know. So Humpty,
Who's that man trying to put them together?
that is King. I'm not
I thought he was
following.
in his castle.
Objection.
No, be quiet. I have questions about this model. Did Mr. Dumpty fall and land on his feet?
No. That's
It
when,
looks like he landed on his feet.
that's when like they wanted to like put his legs back on, so
They tried to stand him back up
Yeah,
and put the pieces back together.
but then it just fell back on.
Wait. Okay. Do you have any other evidence? Comments?
Have a video.
Do we or don't we, boys?
Well, we gave you
Give me the thingy.
the sheet, the one that you put the link of the video.
You want to watch this video? No. You cannot, sir, you are struck. Next time I'm gonna get my bailiff and you gone. I have to type this, go type this in back there, sir. Bailiff, will you escort them? Go type that link or whatever in the top. Make it quick. Back there. Mr. Trommer, why we're pulling this up, why don't you explain what it is we're gonna be seeing here? Go ahead and stand up and tell them.
It's a video of what happened, and like it shows the Kingsman coming to help.
So this will be Mr. Dumpty on the ground, injured, falling, and people coming to his rescue.
Yes.
Beautiful, let's see this. Do we know the video title? Is it called like Humpty Dumpty Court? What, do we know the name of, we just search it? Do any of those look like yours? All right, scroll. We don't know what, we don't have any other, we don't have any other key. We have no other keyword other than Humpty Dumpty. Huh? Okay. Give it one more try and we will move on. Was that yours? Okay.
This is the checkers game where grandson and granddaughter will bond.
Okay, get it to your part and pause it. This where you want it? All right, pause it. Actually, come back up. I can take it now. Come back up. Where do you want it? Right back here?
Yeah, it's like 34 seconds.
You want it at 34.
We want to end it.
End at 34. I will take that, Bela. All right, one more time. The whole point of this video is to show Mr. Dumpty on his way down, getting ready to have an injury, and people coming to his help. Here we go. There was Mr. Dumpty having a great fall. Who do you propose this is? The king and the king's men? Okay. Uninterrupted. So this right here, I know I said that, is essentially that model. There he is standing up. There he is still with some broken pieces. There is a person trying to help him, just like in this. Huh. Any last comments? Comment?
I have a comment about the video. Can you scroll back like 1 or 2 seconds?
I will try to the best of my ability.
Yeah, right there.
Then play.
No, keep it right there. Those two people, they barely even tried. Dude, and I also do you know what their medical degree is? Do you have like a medical?
Well, I mean, at this point, it doesn't matter because Mrs. McSmith did nothing. Like, at least someone's there, right?
But they only tried once.
Okay. So, in your opinion, these people did not give a valiant effort.
How come he couldn't? How come he in the other one he said all he could see was horses? False.
Okay, we will take that into consideration. Jury, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and score the evidences section for both teams. And we're going to go ahead and go to closing statements. Did you show everything you wanted to show? Did you show everything you guys wanted to show? Yes? Okay. Go ahead and score evidences. And that being said, Connor and Camden, your closing statements.
Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Royal Kingsman is on trial for killing Humpty Dumpty, but it is simply not true. There is nothing that points to the murder of Humpty Dumpty. It was just a bad combination of events. The strong wind and its round body were the big factors.
You have anything to add? Okay. And your closing statements.
Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we prove that Humpty Dumpty was murdered and crushed by horses and men. All he could see was horses and hooves. He could see that gone over the chimneys, gone over the roofs. All he could see was horses and hooves. We proved that he was murdered and crushed by the king's order.
Thank you. Okay, bailiff, will you escort the team of Johnny and Dusko outside? And the team of Tromler and Brunson. All right, jury, at this point, if you will stay quiet, you've done pretty good today. Go ahead and add up your stars for both sides. After you add up your stars, also fill in the conclusion question. It says, I chose the team up, write in the team members. Because what's the one main thing that they did or said that got your vote? Decision time.